Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and the specially merciful. Dear viewers across the globe, I greet you with the greeting of peace, the greeting of salam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace be with you. Ameen. I'm reminding everybody to, in addition to the knowledge that you get from here, we have to do some extra work after that. As students of knowledge, you know that after you finish attending a lecture, that you try to continue by doing some extra little work of that, to do the research by yourself, to verify the kind of knowledge that you have got and acquired. Today, I'm going to talk about something very special, very unique. It talks about the second thing that it comes in the same verse, that إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. You alone we worship, and you alone we seek help and support from. So we're talking about the worship and the help, seeking help. My focus today is on seeking help, and we'll find plenty of ayat that are spreading and scattered in different locations and spots in the Holy Quran. Because this theme is so essential in the life of a believer. We cannot act properly without knowing and doing and fulfilling the prerequisites of this kind of information. The verse I'm focusing on today is in chapter 40 and in ayah number 44. It says simply, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وأفوض أمري إلى الله إن الله بصير بالعباد. Literally, this can be translated as, I delegate my matter, my issue, my life, everything in my life to Allah. I delegate it to Allah. Indeed, Allah is well aware, and He sees exactly what is happening and surrounding all humans. The focus is on the first chunk, that it says that وَأُفَوِّضُ أَمْرِي إِلَى اللَّهِ. In our daily life, we confront situations and events in our life. We confront some problems that requires a lot of focus, and we do our focus. We pay attention as much as we can as humans. We exert the maximum amount of effort. We get the maximum amount of resources, yet still the problem or the issue continues. We are unable to deal with it properly. We experiment and seek advice from here and there, yet it's still there. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in this verse and in similar verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, in these issues, in these matters, when we find some calamities and some problems around us, and we cannot deal with them, All the time, we need something that most of the people don't use when they confront these calamities. Rather, they depend on their own abilities, their own skills, and their own education, and this is not enough. In fact, if you put all the experiences of human together, this is not enough. You need something beyond the humans. And therefore, the necessity of having belief system that would help you achieve this is very important. May sound very strange for many people, a lot of people. Yet you need this kind of going beyond yourself. You find this kind of concept, the concept of delegation. When you are managing something, you try to delegate some of your job, some of your decisions to others because you cannot. Basically, this is something very essential in the life of a believer, in the life of a Muslim. He would say, even before I start, before I begin any project, before I do anything in my life, I have full reliance upon Allah. And the issue of reliance is not a physical issue, rather it's an issue of the heart and the mind. I do rely upon Allah. Before I begin, I seek the support of Allah. That's why you find a common practice among believers, even before they leave their houses every day. By default, they would say that, Bismillahi tawakkaltu ala Allah, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. In the name of Allah, I fully rely upon Allah, and there is no power and no might in the hand of anyone except with Allah. In every moment, I should have this kind of communication with Allah. I would say to myself, without the support of Allah, without the guidance of Allah, without me relying upon Allah, I would be missing totally the things that are essential in my life. I cannot function properly in this universe and in this world and this problem without resorting to my Creator, to Allah. Therefore, I delegate all my powers. I delegate all my abilities to Almighty Allah, because without Him, I cannot function even properly in my house, in my workplace, in my means of transportation, in anything that I do or I plan. I cannot do it. From the first moment, I express my failure if I depend only on my own power. This is unlike the culture in different places. In different places, they try to trust yourself. Be sure that you are going to do it. This is true in Islam, but it comes second. The first thing is that you trust Allah. You rely upon Allah mentally, and in planning and in everything that you do, you need Allah to guide you. The first thing that we confess, therefore, we say it 5 times a day, 17 times we repeat this. We say that إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. You are the one who do the actions of worships. And in the actions of worships, we recite the most beautiful verse, the most comprehensive verse in the Quran. That is the opening of the book, Al-Fatiha. The opening of the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we recite it minimum 17 times a day. And the most important verse in it, we'd like all the time to remind each other, is this ayah that says, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. You alone we worship. All the time we worship you alone, 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 alone. And that's why it becomes so tough to shake this proper belief in the minds of believers, in the minds of Muslims. But in addition to this worship, we need an essential thing that sums up the verse that I was just referring to. Ayah number 44, chapter number 40. وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. You admit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You confess your weakness to Allah, your need to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh Allah, I cannot function without you. Oh Allah, I cannot do anything. I cannot achieve anything if I depend totally on myself. No, we cannot. And you find how Islam promotes this. And the more you promote this, you become a very good worshipper of Allah, a very good slave for Allah. You need your master. You need the master of this universe to guide you. You need the master of this universe to help you in planning. You need even the breathing, the inhaling. We cannot do it without the support of Allah. He is the one who created this oxygen for all of us. Can we function without it? Have you ever heard about any other power or source that produces energy for you? It's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why you need Him. In just one issue. And you need Him in millions, if not trillions of issues in our life. To function well, your own cells cannot function without this tiny thing that's called oxygen. Not only you, every human, every creature in this universe requires this. And from the onset, from the very beginning, you have to remind yourself of the value of your need of Allah. You are the one who is going to get the benefit. Yet, you have to confess it. And you have to submit yourself fully and totally to Almighty Allah, to your Creator. This is the beautiful meaning of being a good servant of your Lord, of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the more you have into this, the more you will get the guidance of Allah. And that's why you need Him in everything. Some people may try to convince themselves that they are not in need of their Creator. Because we are in a multi-dimensional cultural spot, place, you will find some people giving the utmost importance to their own skills and their own powers, forgetting that they cannot function even for 1 minute properly without their creator. Can anybody function for 1 day without the oxygen of Allah, without all these cells that work in our brains and in our bodies? Can anybody run these and manage these cells and coordinate these cells working together? Nobody can do this job. It's only the Creator who can do this. Therefore, we have this great belief system. That's why we all the time would love to mention this. وَأُفَوِّضُ أَمْرِي إِلَى اللَّهِ. I delegate all my decisions. I delegate everything, all the skills that I have. I submit fully to Almighty Allah, because I confess that I need Him, and I need His guidance, and I need His planning, and I need everything in my life to function well. This is a kind of ibadah that we have. Beautiful, top-ranking level of ibadah that we exercise on daily basis when we confess to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are in need of you. Besides this, then comes second, yes, I'm going to exert the maximum power and the maximum ability that I have and the maximum skills that I have been given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to me. I'm going to do all that definitely. And this comes after I share my emotions, particularly I would say the mental emotions that I have, because I love my Lord so much to the degree that I admit and I confess that everything in me submits fully to Him and to His will and to His guidance. Therefore, I always thank Him for this kind of guidance and all the other guidance that I need from Him. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.